The title of this video is Confessions of an E-Biker. Let me start off by saying that I am not in as good of shape now that I ride an e-bike pretty much all the time compared to what I was when I was riding my muscle bike pretty much all the time. I don't have the cardio. I don't have the fitness that I used to have. And yes, it's true, I even have more of a belly than I used to have. But I'm okay with that because my goal is not to be extremely fit. I respect people who have that goal, who want to be extremely fit. More power to them. I think it's great. But all I'm interested in is just having fun. And I have a lot of fun on the e-bike. I also want to clarify one other thing. I'm a skills instructor. I'm not a fitness coach. So my goal is not trying to help people become more fit. My goal is helping them conquer different features safely. Whether it be a jump safely, a drop safely, a technical rock garden, you name it. That's what I do for a living. I do not charge people for workout plans. I do not help them with intervals or long road rides. Now, don't get me wrong, I value that type of coach, but that coach and what I do are two different things. It's kind of like a chiropractor compared to a surgeon. They both have their place, but they're not the same thing. And I think for years in mountain biking, many of us have thought that just because somebody is extremely fit, that they're automatically a highly skilled mountain biker. But that's simply not the case. Now, I will admit that fitness plays a huge part in making sure that somebody doesn't make a mistake in a technical section and go down. But fitness in and of itself is not the same as skills. John Carish, he works for Ordinary Epics. One race season, he worked with me, and I was I was in the best cycling fitness shape of my entire life because I followed a plan that he gave me. He had me doing long road rides. He had me wearing a heart monitor, keeping my heart in certain ranges, and it paid off. That fitness made a huge difference in my racing that season, and I really value that experience. And I'll definitely put his information in the description. But what he does as a coach and what I do as a coach are two totally different things. I'm teaching people how to handle the bike, how to do track stands, how to ride wheelies, how to corner, how to hit jumps safely. That's a totally different area than fitness. So whenever I'm on the bike, when I'm teaching, I'm not thinking of long distances. I'm not thinking of how fast I can get to the top of the climb. We have to remember, unless we're professional athletes who are getting paid to race in whatever discipline, the mountain bike is all about having fun. So what is fun for you? Is it fun for you to be in unbelievable physical fitness shape? If it is, then that's awesome. It's a free country. You should buy the bike or bikes that help you do that. My goal is not that. I want to be healthy, of course. I want to have a long life. But my main goal with the bike is to have fun. Whenever I'm on my own time and I'm not working and teaching people skills, my goal is to have fun. And fun for me is not necessarily working so hard on my fitness. That's why I enjoy an e-bike. So what I do with my e-bike is I ride many times during the week. They're not very long rides, but with the e-bike, I'm able to go to the top of my local jump park, ride Birmingham, and I can hit the jump line, for example, like Canuga, numerous times, 5, 6, 7 times, and I would never be able to do that on a muscle bike, even when I was in the best shape. And that duplication, that repetitive nature of hitting those jumps over and over and over is getting me better and better at my skill of jumping. So that's one of the reasons why I enjoy e-bike. It gives me that practice, and without that practice, that repetition, that skill of jumping will not be as good. The same with the skill of doing a steep chute or a rock garden. The e-bike allows me to do it more frequently, over and over and over again, and so that is building my skills way more than a muscle bike would ever allow me. Think about it this way. It's kind of like going to a lift serve mountain bike park and actually using the lift to bring you and your bike to the top, as opposed to pedaling to the top. Can you imagine how many times you could pedal to the top of Winter Park? Maybe one time if you're really fit, right? But if you use that lift, you can use it multiple times, and you can practice those jumps coming down many times, which is going to build your skills. So when I'm off the clock, I'm on the e-bike. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's also easier on my body. I've noticed the difference between where the age I am right now, 55, almost 56, and what I was at 50. My body hurts a lot more at 55 than it did at 50. And the e-bike helps me to where my body doesn't hurt quite as much whenever I'm on it. It doesn't put as much wear and tear on my body, which is more fun, which makes me want to get on the bike more often. And riding it more and more is good for me for sure. There's one more thing I want to point out about riding an e-bike, even when I'm coaching. When I'm coaching skills, a lot of times I'll have athletes who are way more fit than I am. I'm thinking of one numerous time national champion, and he can climb to the top of the mountain way faster than me. Even when I was in the best shape I've ever been in, he's still in better shape. I've had some of the ACA or NICA kids who are state champions or close to being state champions, the same deal. They're going to climb to the top of that mountain way faster than me, and they're going to have to wait on me even when I was in the best shape that I've ever been in. So even in my skills business where I'm working, I'm not riding to have fun, I'm working with the goal of helping them with their skills, that e-bike makes a lot of sense. The last several times I've had lessons with people with that caliber of fitness, they don't have to wait for me when they get to the top. I'm waiting on them at the top. So I'm not burning their dollars. I'm ready and waiting to help them at the top to do what they paid me for, and that is to help them get through the difficult sections of going down more safely. So it makes a lot of sense, even as a skills instructor, to be on an e-bike. Now, I will say that when I am in the field, I do use an acoustic bike, a muscle bike, to do the cornering, to do the bunny hops, because people need to see that it all works on a muscle bike. And whenever I'm coaching on the trail, if there's a big feature that I'm riding and I'm teaching people how to do it, I'll never coach on a feature that I haven't already ridden it on a muscle bike and know how to ride it on the muscle bike, and because I don't think that's fair. But I don't coach on any section of trail or feature that I haven't already ridden, because I feel like if I haven't ridden it successfully, then I probably shouldn't be I'm not the best coach to coach on it. But if I've ridden it successfully and I know how to do it, then hey, I've qualified to be able to teach others how to ride it safely. And I can show them and tell them, hey, what's good, what's not so good, what did I learn from it, if I ever crashed on it and then came back and got redemption. Those things are all valuable, and those are things that I can definitely do on an e-bike. So those are the confessions of a pretty much full-time e-biker from here on out. Hey, there's some other things on this. People say a lot of times, well, what about not being able to ride an e-bike on a certain trail system because it's illegal? If that's the case, no problem. I just won't go there and ride anymore. I know there's some trails in North Carolina that I heard that you're breaking the law if you take an e-bike on them. No problem. I've ridden there on a muscle bike in the past. I've checked it off. I won't go back there again. There are plenty of trails that allow e-bikes, and I will take my business there, my time there, and I don't have a problem with that. that's all good. One last thing on e-bikes. I don't want to convey that they're only for people like myself who are not in the best physical shape. There is a place for them for people who are extremely fit and are racing all the time. And that place is whenever you have your recovery day and you have to keep your heart rate at a low point, at a certain point that's pretty low. It's almost impossible to keep it at that low point on a regular mountain bike. An e-bike allows you to train on those recovery days. And so e-bike definitely has a place even for some of these higher tier athletes that are unbelievably fit and have fitness coaches. But I also don't want to be Pinocchio here and tell the lie and say, hey, I'm in as good a shape as I used to be when I rode the muscle bike all the time. I'm not. But I will tell you that I'm having a lot of fun and my body doesn't hurt as much. And that's getting me out there to ride some more. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, shoot them to me in the comments. Thanks.